What's up guys, it's your boy, the Chat Kid, coming back at you with a new video. And today, as you can see by the title, we're doing Jeff the Killer's Cause of Corruption Part 6. Now, without any time wasting, let's go right into the video. Williamson cooked up the entire story. From the moment he arrived on scene, he pulled me and Keith and Troy into our living room. But then both my mum and Jeff's were back. They were hysterical. The EMTs were just doing their thing and no one was paying a lot of attention to us. Williamson took us into the other room and handled it just like the fight in the parking lot. How so? Fed us our lines, just like in a play. He asked us how much we'd already told the EMTs or the parents, which honestly hadn't been much. He asked me what had happened and I told him the truth, that I'd dropped the gun and it shot Jeff. Williamson explained to me that I could be charged with aggravated battery, and if that was a felony I could spend the rest of my youth in a juvenile detention centre. He told Keith and Troy that they would be tried as accessories and essentially face the same punishment. He said that my father could be held accountable as well, since it was his flare gun that wasn't properly locked away. By then me and my friends were in tears, all that tough guy garbage, and yet we were crying like babies. I could practically feel my father's shame. Williamson wasn't done there either. He went on to tell us about how my family could be sued in a civil court for this as well. How we could all be on the street before my first criminal court date even showed up. I realised years later exactly what he had done. He'd set a trap to ensure that we'd go along with the alibi that he'd prepared. So, Williamson told you to lie, to say that Jeff Woods shot himself with the flare gun? Told us? He wrote the whole thing and just showed us where to sign. We had to go to court only once, just an inquest hearing to determine if the incident was accidental or not. Everyone from the judge to the district attorney were likely bribed. We showed up in our little suits and ties at 9 AM and were home in time for lunch. No further investigation would be conducted as to the cause of Jeff's injury. Morbid flattery. Like I told you before, that is not Jeff Woods, Sam repeated as Dalton stood over the corpse. They'd arrived at the morgue less than 10 minutes prior and were waiting for the medical examiner to come to give them their report. Fucking makeup and kind of contact lens. Why? Clearly this individual wanted the murder to be credited to Jeff Woods. No shit, Sherlock. I'm just wondering why now. Well, after 4 years, try and do this. The medical examiner entered the room. Well, I might be able to answer some of those for you. Marla Darrow, Mandeville's forensic expert, informed them. Well, shit, Marla. Don't keep us in the dark, Dalton replied. The young man from the table in front of you is Brian Antoine, 21 years old and just recently released from the Southeast Louisiana Psychiatric Hospital. According to his records, he got out of there just 5 months ago. What was he in there for? Simon asked. Standard onset schizophrenia from the records I can pull. It's a sad story for many kids, as the symptoms of schizophrenia start usually accelerating in their teenage years. It seems as though he was treated for depression and delusional behaviour through the hospital's outpatient wing. But eventually those treatments weren't enough, so they officially started inpatient treatment 3 years ago when his issues at school could no longer be managed by his foster parents. Foster parents? So, this kid was an orphan? His biological parents are unknown. State records indicate he was dropped off at the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office as an infant. The names of the parents weren't recorded, likely were never given. He bounced around from foster home to foster home until his mental illness became too much for his guardians to handle. Simon rubbed at his chin thoughtfully. It's like the great wordsmith William Smith once said, parents just don't understand. Dalton chuckled at this, causing Mal to give them a sharp look. Is this funny to you? The kid is dead. I'm sorry, Marla, is it? We've had a rough night. Shit, Marla, I ain't sorry. That's the funniest thing this little weirdo has said since I met him. Plus, we were almost run off the damn street tonight, and oh yeah! Dalton walked quickly towards the exit, leaving Simon and the less than humorous Marla to entertain each other in the meantime. So, Marla, I'm only in town for a day or so, but Simon Lyman began. I'll save you the trouble. I'm married, I have a boyfriend, I'm a lesbian, she replied. Wait, that's all pretty contradictory. Which is it? Pick one, Agent Lyman, I don't care. she answered, filling the room with an awkward silence that pressed down on Simon's shoulders like a boulder on his back. "So, Jeff the Killer. Exciting stuff, huh?" he stated, trying to regain his composure after the painful rejection. "I can't believe this is coming back. After the 2015 disaster, I think most people were hoping they'd seen the last reboot of Jeff Woods and his misadventures. It's almost like people can't learn from their past mistakes. Why would anyone want to rehash all of this now?" "Lou Wood's book might have something to do with it," Marla mused. "It's banned from a lot of places down here. None of our locally owned bookstores will carry it. There was the corruption, though, if you ask me, that everyone in the city wants to forget, more so than the murders themselves." Dalton returned to the room carrying the package he had picked up off the road. "Okay, Simon, let's see just what these fuckers packed for us." "Are you sure that's safe to open?" Marla asked. "Christ, you two should date each other. You're both afraid of the same crap," Dalton responded, causing Simon and Marla to smirk a bit at the observation. Dalton removed a pocket knife from his back pocket and carefully cut along the packaging tape. Marla adjusted an overhead examination light to illuminate the metal table where Bradshaw had set the package. Simon took 2 steps back. Slowly, the tape was removed. "Here," Marla grunted quickly, thrusting latex gloves into Dalton's hands. The package was open and Dalton breathed a sigh of anointing relief. It's just a fucking CD, and... wait, there's some pictures in here too. Let me see. Contained within the small